Monday Night Football, baby. We're here.
There's only one other good play on Minnesota.
Touchdown in 46 seconds. Punches back. Touchdown.
Oh, yes. If you didn't know, your ass better call the Print Factory here on a Wednesday. Hopefully, we find some winners with the full crew today. ODB, Big T, and of course, myself, JSU, running the ship. Got to go to ODB. ODB, how was the college football trip? How was the game?
Man, it was a great trip. Good friends, great atmosphere, everything. The game kind of sucked, to be honest. It was one of those college football games where every play was reviewed, commercials galore. We were seated way too low. Couldn't see as much. And my team got absolutely fucking jobbed by the refs, but whatever. That's just excuses. Excuses for a shitty team that plays poorly. But I mean, they did get absolutely jobbed. I mean, it's like
you got jobbed. I'll be on your side. You got jobbed a little.
It's not even.
They didn't play good either, but they got jobbed.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, I don't even really want to blame the refs because, like, the team just. I mean, goddamn, on offense,
it doesn't hurt as bad when your team like sucks on top of it. It doesn't hurt as bad.
It's just annoying. It was just annoying.
Kirby's out there at midfield. He did what that coach did when we were on the other show, JSU.
That was insane, man. But I mean, like, we got a chance to get it in from the 1-inch line to take it.
He pulled the Aaron Glenn. Is that what
happened before? Aaron Glenn pulled a Kirby. It was the day after.
It was like he goes like this. The ref runs up, goes like this, timeout, and then he's like, "I didn't call timeout. I was clapping." And like you can see literally if you just watch it, he's like,
Don't all these coaches, don't they have a ref like right next to them?
Yeah, they did. And the ref called timeout and then they took it off and then gave him but I mean the backbreaker was like we were up 10-0 going into half and we got the ball at the 1-inch line and they said Jackson Arnold was down, so they put it down. And if on review it looked like he crossed, but how they don't seem to ever do that. But and then they push the next one and he goes across the line. It's clear in all the still shots. They go to review. They say that he didn't cross the line and he fumbled, and Georgia gets the ball and then goes down and kicks a field goal. We're supposed to be up 17-0 with like a minute and a half left, which they probably still go down and get a field goal, but maybe not. I mean, it just completely changed the momentum. But again, like, you got to be better coached and play better. Like at the end of the day, like it's on the players and the coaches to take the situation that's in front of them and make the best of it. I mean, we can make excuses all day. I mean, it's like, everybody wants to, me included, like a lot of the Chiefs stuff over the years has been like, aided by refs and all that stuff. But the end of it, like, just remove the situation. Like, just start over from that spot. It's like in poker. It's like people want to talk about all the bad beat. Well, I had a chance to have this. And it's like, well, yeah, but that hand's over. And then you're playing from this point forward. And you screwed it up or you just didn't get the job done. So, I mean, look, it's all excuses. And here at Print Factory, I mean, we don't make excuses. You are what your record says you are.
That's it. You are what your record says you are. I agree. Tony, how was your football Sunday? B-Nair wants to let us know that he's here so we can talk Giants now, if you want to talk Giants.
Yeah, the Giants. Giants. Hey, the Giants are solid squad. It wasn't the best week for me. I picked a lot of losers, I'll be honest. I'm looking at my sheet again from last week. I think I went 7 and 8, 6, 7 and 8 or 6 and 9. Not any good. I felt like it was even worse than that too. Even like the good things I was on, I had some injuries. It just wasn't a good week. So I think I went 2-1 though in the 3. Whoop both of your asses. So I get the number 1 pick this week. So
what's
wanted to throw
annoying
that in there. But
annoying for me is I went like 8-3 on my official bets, but I gave 2 of the losers on the show. And one of my teams I like flipped by Monday. I like the Falcons. Me and Tony talked about it on the Monday show, how we were getting more and more on the Falcons side with that game and the line and stuff like that. So that was a little annoying, but that's what happens when you do a show early. You feel like you like one side, and then you start talking yourself into some other reasons to like the other side by the time the game hits. So yeah, it is what it is.
I think that's important just to tell people, like, we do the show on Wednesday, and yeah, I mean, we're going to stand by the picks that we put out here, but that's a reason, we have all of our Twitter handles on there. There's a reason why. I mean, these guys do content throughout the week. You don't just watch the show and like think that that's the be all end all. I mean, information comes out. Teams get steamed, and why did they get steamed? Is it by smart people? Like, do we want to take that information? Injuries occur. Trades might happen at this point in the season. Coaches might get let go or whatever. Like, just things happen. So follow us and feel free to understand that it's a constantly evolving thing, and the takes we're giving today may not be the takes that we have throughout. So you got to stay tuned and watch the different content, or you're just going to be dealing with stale information. I mean, how can we predict like how we're going to feel about a Monday game on Wednesday? I mean, we can give our leans at this point, but I don't think most of the games that we bet are like early in the week. I mean, we wait until we get more information, and yeah, sometimes we might get a little worse line, but at least we're not tied into a game that we didn't like, that we don't like at the time, and that's just kind of a give and take. I mean, there might be times where you do need to jump on a certain line, but for the most part, I think I can speak for most of us when we say like we're giving first takes now, but we're constantly evolving. And if you're not willing to come off of a take that you have on Wednesday, then you're really just kind of a shit analyst anyway. Like, I mean, like not taking any information that you get during the week is like, that's just bad. That's just bad betting.
Yeah. I mean, it's a first look show. It's on a Wednesday. People like, these first look shows because they want to lean, they want to get your first takes, but that's what it is. It's a first take. That's why we have, like you said, all the other shows. You have your Gamble Up podcast as well that people can subscribe to and tune into as well. So there's plenty other places and spots where we can talk more in depth about specific games, especially the island games, like the Monday night games, the Thursday night games, Sunday night football. So yeah, it is what it is. I get all my QB takes from Colin Cowherd. I'm just going to throw this one out there, but I'm assuming we're talking about, at least I saw a video where he was just destroying Cleveland Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield back in the day. And then it's the video that goes hard of Baker going to the Rams, Sean McVay, like him coming off the bus, winning them a game, Sean McVay giving him the ball, and then him signing as a quarterback in Tampa. I watched that video. That was a pretty sick go hard Baker video. But yeah, Colin Cowherd, he's got some interesting takes. Andrew says that he quote unquote got bankrupt by the Lions. He says, JK, I'm just kidding, but I did like the Lions teaser. Tony, I told you, I knew it right when we all got on it. I said it. I go, we're just going to, we're jinxing ourselves right now. I knew it. The Chiefs are really good. What are they?
I mean, they own us. I know that. I
know that.
Whenever I'm most confident, they always win when I'm most confident.
Whenever you're most confident, I'm going the other way. That's what I've learned.
I just Mahomes is so good. On top of it, again, and I'm literally not saying this is an excuse, but they do get every lucky call and stuff too. I mean, the not call, no penalties the whole game. They had zero penalties.
They were better than them though.
They were better. That's why I'm not saying it as an excuse. I'm saying it just makes it more annoying though. They take a touchdown off. The Chiefs are just good, and now they get right. I just don't understand how Mahomes is plus 175 for MVP. I tweeted it today. I know everyone loves Baker right now, and he might win it, but I can get 175 on the guy that's played great and gets Rashee Rice back and an easier schedule. I don't know how that's not a great bet.
It feels like a really good bet right now, just like it feels like a good bet to bet them for the Super Bowl right now.
We can't do it though, because then they're going to lose. We don't win with them either. We lose when we're on them, we lose, and when we're off them, we lose.
I'm telling that
Mahomes
to people.
Going to break a leg or something this week after we get on him.
Why would you say that? Now I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it now.
We have bad mojo with the Chiefs. You can't go big on Chiefs stuff.
All right, so people out there can go big. We will not do it because we don't want to jinx
ODB. I'm like, we got to stop with the Mahomes. Like, he just owns our ass. Like, no matter who he plays with. He just owned that Detroit team. He just owned them.
And that's the problem with Detroit, too, is what you saw. I said this to Tony, but if they're not putting up points offensively, like against a good football team that's going to score on their defense, they're going to lose some close games. And this is why, like in the playoffs, this team is not going to be a team that you want to be on, because it's going to happen again, just like the Washington game, where a couple turnovers, Washington scoring at will on their defense, and their offense can't keep up, and that's going to be a loss. It's going to happen with this Detroit team. They'll be an awesome regular season team, and then they'll do it again when you least expect it, to the team you least expect to, just like last year, where no one expected it last year. Like, it's going to happen again. It's inevitable with this team, the way they play. But they're a fun team for fantasy, obviously, because, they go for it and they have fun trick plays. But all right, that's enough talk there. Let's get into the games. I will pull them up. We'll start quick with the Thursday game. Not a ton of thoughts, because we will have a showdown show tomorrow with me and Big T at 3 p.m. Eastern on this channel. So make sure you guys tune in for that. But we do have his Bengals here. Bengals at home versus the Steelers on Thursday Night Football. It's a 44.5 total. The Steelers are 5.5 point favorites here. Yeah, Tony, I'll just throw this one right to you. Did Joe Flacco show you enough?
You're going to share your screen?
I can share my screen.
We need the player props. We need the touchdown. I wasn't going to,
because I think that's what's been screwing up with my internet. For some reason, whenever I share that screen specifically, it screws up my internet, but I'll share it. Hold on. But Tony, talk about the Bengals here.
So you get the Thursday game. You get my favorite number of all. I've said it always. 5.5 at home always is the trappiest number in the world. I thought Cincinnati, and again, this is not me being a homer, because I'm not a homer of them right now. They look good to me versus the Packers. They competed. Flacco looked decent enough. He made quick reads. I thought they looked good. I mean, they didn't win. They nothing incredible, but just watching them, I was impressed that they showed some heart and fought for them. And I don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the trappiest number. I have no choice but to take Cincinnati at home on a short week. And it's kind of their season, right? Like, Pittsburgh's in first. Baltimore's got injuries and they're in last. It's kind of their season. I think it's an all-in spot for Cincinnati. Just, can we have any chance this year? Which they probably don't. I mean, they're 20-1 to win the division, which is also crazy to me. But 20-1, this is their season. They got to beat Pittsburgh. I have to be on Cincinnati here. I have to be.
Andrew says, from a Browns fan, I'm sorry, Andrew. Hope you're enjoying stale mid Flacco. Well,
stale mid Flacco is still better than dusty, shitty Browning. So, yeah.
All right. ODB, Tony's got to be on the Bengals. What about you?
Well, I have a strong take in every Steelers game so far this year. And after the Jets covered week 1, I have been 0-for. The Steelers are my bugaboo. One of my bugaboo teams. I cannot get them right. I really like the Bengals in this spot. I mean, I don't think the Steelers are worth laying 5.5 points on the road to a division rival. I agree with Tony. Kitchen sink game. Tomlin seems to be much better as a dog than as a favorite, or at least in the close line games. I mean, even though he did take care of. But, I mean, the Browns were getting 5.5 coming back from Europe in Pittsburgh, and now Pittsburgh's laying 5.5 on the road versus the Bengals. I don't think the Browns are better than the Bengals, and like this is the same line on the road versus at home. I don't know. Give me the Bengals here all day. I think the Bengals are super live to upset the Steelers. I won't be advocating for any Steelers use in Survivor. I think the Bengals have a real pretty live here. So yeah, I kind of like the Bengals. I kind of like them pretty decently.
Yeah, ODB, you said exactly what I was going to say about the 5.5 points and the Browns, and I'm with you guys. The Bengals here, 5.5 at home. I got to go with the dog spot here for the Bengals. And where's this? Daniel Jones as MVP is laughable. We're all impressed. He's not garbage, but he's not MVP. I will just say one thing about Daniel Jones. Maybe he's not the MVP, but I don't know how he's not in the conversation right now. Nobody expected that team to be good or this good, and they are. And Daniel Jones is one of the reasons behind that. I think you got to give him credit. I think the MVP race, I agree with Tony. Pat Mahomes is probably the bet, but like these guys below him are like Baker Mayfield's live. I don't think Daniel Jones is going to win because I don't think his name value is going to be enough unless he just starts torching other teams, but I don't think it's like laughable either. I don't think he's never going to beat Pat Mahomes if it's close, if it's even a little close. He's never going to he has to go out there and destroy teams to be the MVP. Whereas Pat Mahomes can just, he can be just solid and he'll win MVP. That's the problem because he's Pat Mahomes. So, all right, next up here, we got the Rams and the Jaguars. I assume this is in London. It's a 9:30 Sunday game. I'm already so sick of these London games. I hate them. I hate half watching them while I do the show. It annoys me. But you got two solid teams here in London. Jacksonville, I feel like used to getting sent to London here. Now the Rams getting sent there, and I think they might be without Puka. I don't know if that's official yet, but it feels like he's going to be out for at least a week. I think he's got an ankle issue. So that's not good for the Rams, but they are 3-point favorites here in, I assume it's London. ODB, what do you think here? Jacksonville versus the Rams.
Yeah, back to back. I have strong takes on games. I really like the Rams here. This line doesn't make any sense to me at all. I mean, -3. The Chiefs were laying 3.5 in Jacksonville, and now the Rams are laying 3 to Jacksonville on a neutral site. You're telling me the Chiefs are 3-point better than the Rams 2 weeks ago, like before this current iteration of the Chiefs? I don't see it. I think the Rams are irrationally low here just because of Puka being out. They haven't played great the last few weeks, but I still think, for my money, they might be the best team in the NFL. I know they haven't played fantastic. I know they didn't play that great versus Baltimore, but kind of hard to get up there. I think they went straight from Baltimore, so I don't think they went back home. This number's short enough where I had no problems. Like, the defensive line for the Rams is really good, and Trevor just, he might not be him, man. I mean, I want to kind of think he is because of the pedigree, but I don't know. He makes a lot of mistakes facing a D-line that can get pressure. I still trust Stafford. I know Puka is amazing at everything, but he's running like 6-yard in routes. Like, I don't know. I feel like they can scheme up that for Whittington. They still got Adams and Kyron, and Stafford's still super smart, and McVay. I like everything the Rams are, and the Jags still are kind of a stupid team to me. Kind of a little fool's gold, I think. I'm not saying I'm not going to pick the Jags some. I mean, I've picked the Jags multiple times. I really liked them versus the Niners. I liked them versus the Chiefs. And I think this team's got some fight and it's got some good stuff with it, but not versus a team like the Rams. I like the Rams here. I like them quite a bit. And you can find a little better juice. I know we're like only using DK, but I mean, I'm seeing the line is really tilted towards the Jags and other places. So yeah, I like the Rams here. I like them quite a bit.
Yeah, Michael Scott likes the Jaguars to win outright. Tony, do you like the Jags to win outright here?
I'm not a fan of the Jags. I was super happy last week when Trevor Lawrence was going to be the chalk quarterback of the week, and he did fine. I mean, he wasn't like bad. I'm not even victory lapping it, but he wasn't good.
What did Drake May outscore him by how much? Because I thought Drake May was way
definitely
better
outscored him. I don't know by how much though.
Yeah,
I don't without looking. What was it? I don't know.
I don't know, but Drake May had like 26 at least.
Yeah, and Trevor Lawrence couldn't have been even to 20. I think Trevor Lawrence sucks. I'll be honest. I liked him coming out of college. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's just having so many coaches over the years. He throws a bad ball. There's a lot of times guys are open. He just misses them. I think the Rams are good. I do worry more about Puka than I would probably other receivers. He just does so much for them that, and just being overseas, I think that's a little funky too. But I have to be on the Rams. I can't take the Jags in this spot. But like ODB said, you can catch a 2.5 even or better juice on the money line a few places. But I have to be on the Rams. I can't go the other way. I think the Jags suck.
I will say the one thing that worries me, and I'm a huge Rams guy. I have Rams futures. I want to be on the Rams. That Rams defense, ever since they lost to Killa Witherspoon, has looked bad. And trust me, I know they gave up only 3 points, but if you watch that game, they were very lucky to only give up 3 points. I mean, that Baltimore offense was terrible, and they should have converted way more than they did. And it was very lucky that there was a 3 on that board, even with that bad offense, with that bad quarterback. So I agree with you. The one thing that makes me feel better is I don't like Trevor Lawrence, but I do like his setup. I think the lines are good on the Jaguars. I like his coaching staff. I think he's got talent around him. I think he's pretty much the problem with the Jaguars. So I think it's him. If he starts playing at like an elite level, I think this team would be like a very good team. I think they're like just an okay or solid team because of everything else around him. But I will say there's too much fuckery in these London games to not take the dog. Like 3 points. The Rams are going to give up points. I just think the Rams will also score. But this defense right now is not where they need to be like the Super Bowl contending team. I think they'll get there, but right now I think it's a little in flux. And like I said, it was very so I'll take the 3 with the Jags here. Let's keep it moving. I would also like the over 2 a little bit, but New England and Tennessee, my boy Juice, I saw you in the chat. He said, how do you like the 10 plus wins for the Patriots now, JSU? Juice, I'm going to tell you, I think you're looking pretty good because I looked at that Patriots schedule the remainder of the year, and my God, is that schedule just cake. The Patriots they have to have one of the easiest schedules in football from what I look at. Like, man, they get some cupcake matchups in there. On top of it, they get Tony's Bengals with Joe Flacco, not Joe Burrow, and yeah, you're looking good right now. I'll give you that. You called it. I think you said it before the season. So good luck to you in that bet. Looking good. But 7-point favorites here in Tennessee, 42.5 total. Tennessee failing again against the Raiders of all teams. ODB, you going with I'll call them your Patriots. You like them against the Bills. I mean, I feel like you have a good feel for this team. Tony liked them last week, I think, against the Saints. We've been on a roll with this show. We can't lose it with the Pats. What do you like?
Yeah, I mean, this is welcome to Narrativeville. You got Vrabel going home, not home, but I mean, where he spent his coaching career. You got Tennessee with the dead cat dead cat bounce with a new coach. I mean, just choose your narrative. I don't know. I mean, I can't pick against the Patriots. This Tennessee team is terrible, and I do think they kind of get up for Vrabel going to face the team that fired him. I mean, one thing you can always say about Vrabel is he gets his guys ready to play. His guys love playing for him. Kind of the exact opposite of Tennessee, which, like, if this was Callahan, I mean, this would be a slam dunk, Pats. But maybe they just want to show that it was Callahan and not them. You know, that's kind of what happens sometimes when they fire these coaches. But I mean, I can't like Tennessee. They're just a terrible football team. And I mean, Drake's good, man. I mean, May's good, and the defense is playing well. And I mean, I don't know. The film bros want to say that there's more there for Cam, but I mean, I haven't seen it, man. He doesn't hit dudes. I don't know. They're all over the place. I got to take the Patriots here. I can't imagine Tennessee winning this game, but I mean, you know, like I said, it's the new coach bump thing, but that's the only thing that's like stopping me from really liking the Patriots. But just Vrabel going back to Tennessee, I got to think that they just put it on them. I don't know. Just seems like that's the narrative I'm going to fall into this week.
Yeah, I mean, the Patriots offense, they've looked good. I mean, Drake May was throwing some bombs down the field on Sunday, Tony. I mean, they look really good. Now they get the Titans, who just have looked really bad. I mean, I assume you're on the Patriots here because I know you've sworn off the Titans, but does the coaching thing change it a little bit? I mean, anything?
Yeah, I mean, I do agree they're going to play hard, but you add in the Vrabel fact too that Tennessee, I don't know, his time kind of ran its course in Tennessee, but they still shipped him out, and he was good in Tennessee. They were always competitive when he was there, and they kind of just got tired of him, which it happens. Again, I'm not saying he shouldn't have been let go because coaches just don't have a long lifespan unless they have a ton of success. But I have to take the Patriots. The Patriots look like just a good team. I mean, they handled the Bills. They look good. They look really good. So I can't take a team that I think sucks. Like, I think Tennessee's the worst team in football. I cannot take, even though they're getting 7 at home, Vrabel going back there, I have to take New England. I have no choice. I feel good about it too. I think they roll Tennessee. Their defense is going to be prepared. Tennessee blows. I have to be on the Patriots. I don't need to say any more about it.
Yeah, I think I agree with you too. Patriots have been good, man. That defense is playing good. They get turnovers, and Drake is he's looking really good. Let's go to the Panthers and the Jets. Big news here. Rico Dowdle again crushes for fantasy, and Justin Fields loses his number 1 target and played like ass last week, but it was against Denver, who's a really good defense. So I don't know how much we want to
we gotta quit I was on the field. We gotta quit on our boy Fields. Like, he's
so wait, you're gonna quit on him against Carolina? This is when everyone quits on him.
If us 3 were playing linebacker against him, I'm quitting. Like, the Jets are so bad. Like, I take it back that Tennessee's the worst. The Jets are worse. The Jets are so bad.
The Jets are worse than Tennessee?
They're horrible. Like, Fields cannot complete a pass.
They almost won that game, by the way. That game was the craziest game. Like, they almost won that game.
That's Denver, though. Like, Denver, they're good, and we all like them, but they can lose to anybody, too.
Fields' number 1 target is the turf.
Oh, my God. Fields is – I talked up Fields. I'm going to be the first one in line saying how bad it is.
Someone posted something like Justin Fields is, I don't know if he's the only quarterback or one of the only quarterbacks that hasn't thrown a pick, I guess. And someone tweeted like, yeah, because you got to throw the football to like throw a
never
pick.
Throws it anywhere where it could be an interception.
Yeah.
It's worse than throwing interceptions.
I would rather like put the ball in somewhat danger to like maybe get a completion, like throw it around the receiver here. But All right, so you're on Carolina. You like Carolina as a road favorite.
The Jets are another
here.
team I'm putting on the list with Tennessee. I am not ever taking I can't. I can't with a good heart. I can't look myself in the mirror and tell people that I like the Jets. I can't freaking do it. So Enrico's look good. Carolina's look good. I mean, they just beat a solid team. There's no way I can take the Jets. I'm taking Carolina. I don't care.
Yeah, I just don't know like how they're gonna move the football without Garrett Wilson too. That's the other thing. Like that's gonna be rough. I like the under here. I like the under, and I would lean the Carolina side just without Garrett Wilson. ODB, what do you think here?
Well, when I first looked at the lines, I was like, I love the Jets. I mean, this was like going to be one of my favorite games. But man, there's some bad vibes coming out of New York. I didn't realize that Garrett's probably not going to play. They're answering questions about Brees getting traded. But I don't know, man. I cannot take Carolina on the road, like laying point, even though it's just a point. Like, I don't know. Teams just win games. And it's not like the Tennessee Patriots game where the Patriots are like, we really feel like the Patriots are good. I mean, I think Carolina's okay, but I don't know, man. I mean, the Jets got to win a football game, right? I mean,
I don't know if they do. I don't know if they do.
I don't know if they do.
I mean, obviously, like Fields' biggest thing is he's so slow in deciding to throw the football, like taking all those sacks. But Carolina isn't going to get the pressure on him. They need to get back to where they were at the beginning of the year, where they were calling more design runs for Fields. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Carolina's defense can get the pressure on him. Maybe those extra seconds. I don't know. I think this is a pretty good spot for. I don't know if Brees Hall cares. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy who gives a shit about like even playing, like and trying. But I don't know. I kind of like Brees this week. Carolina's defense versus the run's not very good. I feel like this should be just a heavy Brees. Short dump offs and run and should just be Fields and Hall. Like, I don't know. I like the Jets, but I mean, I don't know why I like them. It's just kind of, I just have a tough time just laying points with Carolina on the road. I mean, they're a different team at home and on the road. They've been terrible on the road. I'm just gonna professional pride hope the Jets like show up.
Weren't they just overseas too? They're flying back from overseas too.
Yeah. The Jets were overseas. You're more locking in my under pick though. Carolina hasn't been good on the road. The Jets lose their number one receiver. Justin Fields can't move the football. They're gonna run. The under is just looking better and better every time we talk more about this game. I was just like 42.5. That's the over under right now. How is that not a good bet?
I mean, neither defense is good though. I mean, these are bad. No,
but M. Westlake brings up a good point. The Jets made the Cowboys D line look incredible, and they did. They got pressure, like because that's what happens with Justin Fields. Like teams like that. That's why Carolina's defense. They probably will look better in this spot. Honestly, so. Yeah, we'll see. Beanair's talking about random receivers that his team can trade for. We haven't even gotten to the Giants yet, Beanair. Let's go to the Eagles and the Vikings. The Eagles, the team that just took the L to the Giants here on Thursday night. Now they go to Minnesota. It's a 1.5 point spread. Again, it's a 43.5 total. Eagles are on the road as slight road favorites here. Tony, I'll throw this one to you first. What do you think with the Eagles and Vikings?
I think the Eagles got a lot of problems right now, and we've talked about it a decent amount. Minnesota's offense worries me a little bit, but their D-line and their play up front, I think, gives Philadelphia problems. Philadelphia just looks broken to me. They're fighting a little bit with each other. They just got embarrassed in that game. And Minnesota is off a bye, correct? They were just on bye, right?
Yes.
I have to
they were on bye.
I have to like Minnesota here. I just think something's wrong with Philly, and they don't look normal to me. I can see an explosion coming where A.J. Brown has one of his fits that he always throws when stuff starts to go bad. I have to like Minnesota here. I don't trust their offense, but I also don't trust Philadelphia's defense. I think Philadelphia's defense is significantly worse than past years. I don't know what what's his name? Jalen Wilson. What's the good guy that was out?
For who?
Carter. Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter.
He was out last week. I don't know what his status is for this week.
I think they said he was trending in the right direction. I think, or progressing. His injury
it'll definitely help a little if he plays. But I have to be on Minnesota. I don't like what I see from Philly. Wentz going back for a little revenge. He's looked okay. He hasn't looked great, but I like Minnesota here.
This game could be sneaky for points. I think I could see both teams giving it up a little bit, but
too, like the passing stacks.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Passing game, but ODB, what do you like here? Tony is on the Vikings.
The Vikings' offensive line is atrocious. Unless they got some miracle, everybody's back somehow, some way. I cannot take this Minnesota offensive line versus Philadelphia defensive line when Carson Wentz. Like I just can't do it. As bad as the Eagles have looked all year, I mean, the last few weeks, that is just a matchup nightmare, and I think that just kind of decides the game. Every time I watch the Vikings, all I see is the quarterbacks completely under siege, and Philadelphia can get to the quarterback. I mean, they didn't play well versus Dart. They really haven't played that well in general, but I mean, they had the Broncos down to 3 points until the fourth quarter when, Bo just, MVP Bo just kind of did his thing. But I cannot take Carson Wentz in a banged up defensive line versus Philadelphia front. I just can't. Give me the Eagles. And I think they just need to get back to getting Saquon the football. Like, I mean, what is going on? Why is Saquon all of a sudden just not part of this team? There's just too much on the Eagles. Give me the Eagles. I'm definitely on the Eagles in this football game.
Yeah, I want to see if Carter and Quinyon Mitchell play. Those are two big defensive guys for the Eagles. If they lose their top D lineman and their top cornerback, I'm probably going to like the Vikings. And I'm probably going to like the over in this game anyways. I think we could see some points. Like Tony said, the passing games, I mean, dial up Mr. Justin Jefferson if Quinyon Mitchell's out, Tony. We're going to dial him up in fantasy, I think, this week.
Philadelphia's biggest issue is their offense. Like, that's the only reason I don't love their offenses look terrible.
I just can't see how I don't see how Carson Wentz, how they have a game plan designed around pushing the ball downfield. Like, I just don't see how you just can't run slow developing patterns where with this offensive line. And I don't really see how the passing game gets off here. I don't see it. I mean,
Philadelphia hasn't got pressure this year. It's not the same.
Did you watch Jackson Dart in the pocket just doing whatever he wanted? I mean, like, they didn't get no pressure.
This week was really tough for me to watch. I watched less football this week than I've watched in the last 5 years. I've missed more football this week than I did in 5 years, all combined. I didn't watch all of every game for the first time ever. And I did miss some of that game, and I understand that that the Giants, but sometimes like teams just need a wake up call from that. I just cannot. I just can't. Hey, if you guys watch the Vikings offensive line, what the Falcons did to them, what the Bears did to them for 3 quarters.
Yeah, it makes me feel better about Saquon. Tony said, "How are they going to score?" Well, Saquon and then Justin Jefferson on the other side. I might be selling myself into the studs here on this slate.
God, Saquon. I mean, I'm not buying Philadelphia stuff. You guys can have fun with Philly.
All right. Well, either way,
I think they're the only team in football now that's been outgained every single game. I think I saw that.
I don't know if this is true. If JJ plays, what do you guys think? If he actually does,
is he really coming back finally this week?
Well, I think he was practicing. I don't know if.
I want to know, like, truly. I know how bad he looked that game. How much of it was his ankle, or was it none of it? Was it just a total, like, was it anything to do with his ankle? Because I'm asking, I'm not like saying it either way. Like, was it, or
what's the percentage you put that it was? I'm gonna go 25%.
Like 20 to 25%.
Yeah,
it was.
I'm gonna go 25%. It was his
he
ankle.
Couldn't be that bad, could he? Like, he was so bad.
And he stayed in after the quote unquote injury, I think. Like, that was the other thing. Like, he stayed in the game. It's just weird. Like,
it's a really good spot, though. If he, what did they price him out of curiosity on the
who?
McCarthy. I was wondering if he was like 4K or something, because he's
got to be, right? 4 or 5K?
No
5K. All right. Let's move to the Raiders and the Chiefs 11.5 point spread here. Chiefs get their top playmaker, Rashid Rice, back. Tony, Rashid Rice. Is that how you say it? Rashid Rice?
Yeah, that's how
I think is his name. I think it's how you say it. 45.5 total here for the Chiefs at home. Raiders got a win last week, but I don't know if that's going to get them for Chiefs at home here. Tony, is this a sleepy spot, though, for the Raiders?
I mean, it's another game. Some of the problems I have with NFL, well, given our takes on every game, too, we're not going to bet all these games. We're just going through it and kind of giving our feel for the stuff. I just don't know how I could take the Raiders. I mean, it's a game in division, in conference, but man, the Raiders have looked pretty bad, and the Chiefs have looked so good. Now they get Rashid Rice back. I don't know. I don't love these big numbers, though, in a division game. I think the Raiders have always like played them somewhat tough. I think Genty could be able to run a little bit. So it's not like if I have to pick type game, I'll take the Chiefs. But, man, I never pick the Chiefs right, so you probably should take the Raiders.
ODB, are you taking the Chiefs here, or are you just passing on this game altogether?
I mean, I'm probably basically passing on it. I know every Chiefs game is kind of like over-exaggerated, and they get so many national spotlight games for really good opponents to get up for. They tend to kind of sleepwalk through these spots a little bit, especially coming off of a big performance. I kind of lean under if I was gonna have to take a play in this game. I lean Raiders if I gotta take a side, but I would kind of lean under. Kansas City just kind of moves the ball 8 yards at a time, and I mean Rashid Rice and Xavier Worthy, they tend to just be those chain mover guys anyway. Like, I don't really see the Chiefs as big play team. There's a chance that Jacoby Myers gets traded off the Raiders. We don't even know if Brock Bowers is playing. Like, there's a lot of indecision right now, or not indecision. There's just a lot of unknowns right now for what these teams are going to look like come Sunday. But my initial instinct would probably be Raiders and under. Raiders aren't really making big plays. The Chiefs defense is good. So, yeah, I think the under is kind of my play here.
Chiefs are going to drop 35 plus on this Raiders team. The Raiders were making fun of Patrick Mahomes in the offseason. Pat is definitely someone who's going to remember that. Now he gets his top weapon back. Ironically, he gets his top weapon back for this game, which is just hilarious. I know you said he's more of a chain mover, but I think he opens up the entire offense, and the entire offense is going to look even better in this spot, which is kind of scary because they've already looked pretty good recently. So, yeah, Mahomes is going to nuke. Mahomes is going to go for 303 if they don't push him, and if they do push him at all, and there's offense from the Raiders side, he might go for like 405. here. So yeah, I'll take the Chiefs.
405. You got a smirk from ODB there.
You better lock that in your core. Jesus.
I'm honestly, I don't play Patrick Mahomes in fantasy like ever. I'm thinking about playing him in this spot.
You're thinking about it, 304 or 405? Like, the low range is 304 and the high range is 405, and I'll think about playing him? What?
405 if they get pushed.
What's 400 plus 5 passing?
I bet you get a pretty good price on that.
400 plus 5 means shippity ship. That's what that means.
Let's see what we got here.
They
don't even have this out yet. I gotta wait. They don't even
have a big boy price on that.
Yeah, I'm betting that. Bet it. Patrick Mahomes is gonna throw a bunch of touchdowns. We're betting that.
We better hope the Raiders can score then.
He's going to keep going. He's going to hammer this
no
team.
Matter what, even when they're pounding him, he's just going to keep.
Well, if they pound him, they might start handing it off. You're right. You know what's going to screw the bet up? He's going to run in a touchdown too. That's another thing that's going to screw the bet up when I go for 4 or 5 passing touchdowns. All right, ODB likes the under. We're all kind of I'm on the Chiefs. Tony's on the Chiefs. ODB's I think a little indifferent to that side, but definitely likes the under here. Thank you, WKJ. I'm finally on point with the Chiefs game. I don't think I've agreed with WKJ all year, but I finally with the Chiefs, we agree. So I don't know if that's a good thing or bad. Dolphins at the Browns here. We get the bad game stretch going here. 2.5-point favorites. The Browns are at home. It's a 40.5 total. ODB, I'll just throw this one to you here. Anything you like in this game at all?
I mean, Dylan Gabriel's laying points. I've seen 3 out there. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's bad vibes coming out of the Dolphins camp. Tua's a weirdo, bro. I mean, just goes into the press conference and's like, guys need to start showing up to player meetings. Like, what? I don't know. It's just kind of weird. I think this number is a lot of that kind of baked in, but I mean, the Dolphins have been bad, but they don't feel like they've quit yet. Now there is going to be a game where they just quit and then it's over. But I'm just not laying points, and I've seen it up to 3 like places. I cannot in good conscience lay 3 points with Dylan Gabriel, who can't even see over his offensive lineman. Like it just can't. You just can't. 40.5 seems like, I mean, I don't know. How's this game not I don't know, 13-10 or something? Like, I don't know. It doesn't really even feel like either of these teams are going to do anything. I would lean under, and I'm taking the field goal. There's no way I'm laying points in this football game.
Yeah, the under definitely screams to me too, ODB at 40.5. Tony, what do you think about Dylan Gabriel as a home favorite here with 2.5 on DK Sportsbook? Maybe you can find a 3 out there, but 2.5.
Yeah, I think it's Browns all day. This is like the best flowchart spot of the week. Cleveland run game versus Miami. They can't stop the run. Cleveland wants to run. Gabriel's not going to even have to pass the ball. This is just the nut spot of all nut spots. Judkins, I should put him on my core page right now because there's no way I'm not playing Judkins against.
Put him with Pat Mahomes. I'll do it too.
Yeah, I don't know about the Mahomes part. Might leave that unless you guarantee me the five touchdowns.
What if I guarantee you the 400 yards?
Yeah, I'd still do it if you guaranteed me the 400 yards.
I don't know if I can guarantee 400. He might get like 350. He might get 350.
I have to take Cleveland, and I just think Miami. I do agree they played hard, but I think this is a perfect Brown spot. Their defensive pressure is going to get to Tua too. I love Cleveland in this spot. This might be one of my picks of the week when we get to the 3, especially because I got the number 1 hole this week, so I can pick whoever I want without worry. But I'm on the Browns.
Yeah, I like it. I like the Browns. My boy Harold Fannin and Quinshon Judkins, those are going to be fantasy studs again this week, I think. Nice little spot for them. And yeah, I like it. Like what you said too, like they're not going to need Dylan Gabriel to do as much in this game when they got the run game like really going. So I like what you said there on the Browns with you. And the under I like. Let's go to the Saints and the Bears. The Bears getting a few wins here, piling up a few wins. Ben Johnson coming off a bye. They look pretty decent, I will say. And the one thing I kept saying about the Bears was look at all of the pre-snap penalties. Like the offense. Everyone's like, the offense doesn't look good early in the season. It's like, well, it's hard when you're driving down the field and then all of a sudden you have 2 pre-snap penalties in a row. And instead of 1st and 10, you're friggin' 1st and 20 or 1st and fucking 25 or whatever. And you're just like putting yourself in a hole after like a big play and a first down, which is what's been happening to them a lot of the year. Last game, it looked a little better. I'll say it. Rough weather. So, it was kind of tough environment for offense, but they still figured out a way to get it done. Rome got screwed. He should have had a touchdown. That penalty was bullshit, by the way. It almost cost the Bears the game. But what do we think of the Bears? 4.5-point favorites at home against the Saints, who I'll say it, the Saints have been playing hard this year. They've been giving it, giving it their all, even though their, I think, lack of talent shows a little bit. But Tony, what do you think here with the Bears? Can they do it again against the Saints at home?
Yeah, I like how the Bears look. I mean, they're playing solid. Honestly, the Saints have looked better than I thought too. They've at least competed. They have more optimism than I thought they would at this point of the year. But I have to like the Bears at home. 4.5 feels a little light too, honestly. A lot of these games the Saints have been playing have been at home. I think they played at home at least the last 2, maybe even 3 weeks. Now they go on the road, different atmosphere. Rattler on the road rather than home is a tough spot. I have to be on the Bears. I think they're looking up and coming like, and what's the total? 40. I can see some points in this game too, because the Bears are they're gonna score and they're gonna give up points. So I think this game's a sneaky shootout type spot, but I like the Bears.
Yeah, 47.5. I was going to ask you about the total. Like at first glance, I was like, that kind of feels a little high, but I guess the Saints, they're probably going to put up points against the Saints, and the Saints have been able to put up some points here. But like you said, it's been more like the home spots recently. But yeah, I'm on the Bears with you. ODB, where are you at?
Yeah, if this game was any other point in the season, I would love the Bears. But I still like them. I still like the Bears. Obviously, coming off of a national spotlight Monday night game, beating the team that essentially just ruined your season the year before with that Hail Mary in dramatic fashion. I'm not sure how a young team responds after a win like that on a short week, but I know that the Saints have been much improved, but mostly that's been at home. Yeah, I can definitely see points. I like this game from a point standpoint, and I like the Bears. I think the Bears are a good football team. Yeah, and I don't really think the Saints have the horses to kind of keep up. I mean, Rattler outside in Chicago, I think this fan base should be pretty fired up for this Bears team. So hostile territory. Yeah, give me the Bears here.
All right, the Bears. And then we also got to keep in mind DJ Moore. We'll see what happens with his status. He could be out, though, so maybe firing up old Luther Burden this week for the first time. Let's go to the Giants and the Broncos here. 7.5-point spread. Broncos are favored at home. It's a 39.5 total here. ODB, I'm just going to throw this one right back to you. Our Broncos, can they get it done at home against the Giants, who also look pretty good?
Well, I already know what you like because you tried to give them an extra half a point, and you probably want the Giants plus 7.5 when the line is clearly 7 right there on the screen.
Did I say 7.5?
You threw the half in there for good measure. That might have been your own personal line.
That's my bad. That's my bad. I'll take the L there.
Give me the Broncos. I like the Giants in upset spots, but I like them when they face teams that have bad offensive lines. And look, the Broncos' offensive line was not good against the Jets. Plenty of holding calls, but they're still rated as one of the best offensive lines in football. I'm just going to throw that game out. These European games are kind of a little wonky anyway. Obviously, am I concerned about team flying back to the West Coast from Europe and a sleepy spot? Yes. The Giants coming off of more rest. Yes, that lines up. But you have a rookie quarterback versus Bonito and Cooper, who can get pressure on anybody. Dart still has a very weak receiving core that are going to have trouble getting open versus these cornerbacks, a defensive line that's going to be able to get pressure on this rookie. This is just a really bad spot, I think, for the Giants. They have to be able, for the Giants to be prime upset candidates, they really have to be able to control the lines of scrimmage. They have to be able to at least give Dart a little bit of time, and they also have to be able to get pressure on the opposing quarterback. I don't think they can do either of those things versus Broncos team. And I do usually tend to pick the Broncos, but remember last week I did say that I loved the Jets in this spot. I thought it was a really good Jet spot, and just like I thought the Broncos were sleepy, I think they may sleep a little while early in this game. It wouldn't surprise me if it's close early, but I think by the end of it, the Broncos lines will just wear out the Giants lines, and Jackson will just make too many mistakes, and the Broncos will be able to move the ball. So I like the Broncos here. I think this is a pretty easy game, to be honest, for them.
Tony, you think this is an easy game like ODB?
Johnny says Rattler has a micro slong. I don't disagree. He might have a micro. Yeah, I have to like Denver here. And I agree with the stuff ODB was saying too, with the lines, everything up front kind of benefiting Denver. The Giants are also coming off a big time win at home. They look good in now both home games, I believe. They looked a little rough on the road. Now, this has to be one of their worst matchups, too. Like, going to Denver might be literally the worst matchup for their style of football. I do think the total's too low, though. 39.5 for a Denver team that should score. I know their defense is good. And Jackson Dart's he's going to make mistakes, but he's going to make plays, too. So I think the total's usually when it's a total in the 30s these days, I like the under. I actually like the over in this spot at 39.5. That just feels light to me. I think Denver could score upwards of almost 30 themselves in this game. And the Giants are going to score a little bit with these young guys on offense. So give me Denver and give me the over.
Yeah, it makes sense. If you like the over, I think honestly you should like Denver a little bit more. I worry that this game's like a little more ugly. You got one team that's coming back from overseas. You got another team that's they had a good win, but they also get a little longer week, to rest up. I probably would take the points with the Giants, but it's not going to be one of the games I feel strongly about. This Denver team is they're not there yet. They're still trying to find it, especially offensively. They're just not fully in sync offensively. It's not all Bo, but I think Bo is he's trying to figure it out with the guys because they have the talent. They have good players. They have good lines, like you guys said.
They're so damn conservative too. I hate how conservative they've been calling their offense.
They gotta, but I will say, like the first half of last year and the second half looked a lot different for Denver's offense. So maybe it kind of happens that way too a little bit. So, all right, let's go to the Colts and the Chargers here. Chargers at home, 1.5 point favorites in a 48.5 total here against the Colts at home. I mean, 48.5 feels a little high, but the Colts have been able to score. They've been able to put up points, and maybe the Chargers getting from behind. They're favorites at home. I get it. The line is what it is. I kind of like the Colts here. I think it's a big week again for Jonathan Taylor, who just continues to just smash for fantasy every single week. He's just a beast. Probably has another big week. I'm on the Colts. Tony, where are you at with your Chargers at home?
Man, they struggled again last week, and they ended up with decent numbers. Like Ladd ended up with decent numbers. I just watching it though, they just looked they looked rough to me, and I don't know. The Colts look really good. The Chargers are just injured too. It's one of those things. They just gotta somehow get some guys healthy. And I haven't looked at the injury report yet. That's one of the things ODB like starting the show. Like this is the first look thing. We got to wait on a lot of injuries for certain games and kind of see where that goes. But I guess I still like the Chargers hesitantly. Man, at home. Everybody's kind of high on the Colts. I'm not a full believer in the Colts still. They've looked good. I'm not signing off yet fully. It's still Daniel Jones. I know a lot of people believe they have looked good. I'll give them that. I'm not ready to fully sign off yet. So give me the Chargers. It's not going to be one of my conviction plays because let's face it, they haven't looked good and the Colts have looked good, but give me the Chargers. I do feel like the total's a little heavy too. The way the Chargers play, they're another team that's so conservative with a lead. Last week too, I was just annoyed how conservative they were. And teams like that, it's tough to take overs when it's like that. It really is.
Yeah, the only way they'll get there is if like the Colts force them, right, Tony, to not be conservative because they have a good kicker. And like you said, that's how they want to call it if they get a lead. And the problem is like they were facing, I would say, more of an inferior offense last week, whereas like this week, I don't feel that way. Like even though the Dolphins like can score, like this Colts team has been able to score most weeks. Like that has not been their problem at all. I mean, didn't they go to Denver and put up points? Like they can score, or I forget if that was home. That might've been home, but either way, this team is like all year they've been able to put points on the board. So, I think they're going to do it again. Maybe that pushes the Chargers to be more aggressive if that's the case. But I agree with you. It feels a little heavy. ODB, what do you like here? I'm on the Colts. Tony's reluctantly on the Chargers. I'll say it for him.
Yeah, this was one of the games that when I looked at the lines really jumped at me. I think the Chargers are really. I think this line is way too short. I think the Chargers should be a full field goal here. This Chargers team, when they played the Broncos, they were laying 3. I don't think this Colts team is any better than the Broncos. I know the Chargers aren't as good as they were then, but they're still well coached with a good quarterback. Let me read off the Colts. You saw my head down, like looking at the phone. I wanted to pull this up. The Colts just beat Brissett, who put up 27 points. They beat Geno Smith. They lost to Stafford. They beat Cam Ward. They gave up 28 points to the Broncos and Bo Nix, and they beat Tua. That's what they've played. Yes, I think that the Colts are a pretty good team. Yes, I think Daniel Jones is a pretty good quarterback. And yes, I think that the Colts are going to exceed the preseason markets. But this Charger team is extremely well coached, extremely good quarterback, and they're at home. It's not like Indy really has a fan base like that's going to just buy out the stadium like, the Packers or the Steelers or the Bears or the Cowboys. I think there'll still be a home field advantage for the Chargers. I think this is way too much respect for Daniel Jones. I guess it does help that they were just in that stadium a few weeks ago when they played the Rams, and they played them okay. But yeah, I think this is a really good spot for the Chargers. They're now starting, these offensive linemen. They're they have they have an extra couple weeks now. That's not like it's brand new with these guys. And I don't know if the Colts really have the defensive line to take advantage of that anyway. Yeah, they don't have Hampton, but whatever. Running back's just a position. When you got Justin Herbert, McConkey, Allen, Harbaugh calling, Harbaugh and Greg Roman calling the plays and scheming it up. I think the Chargers are a really good spot here. I think this is a really good spot, and Chargers are definitely in contention for picks for me this week. I mean, I like a lot of games this week. This is kind of new. I haven't been liking a lot of stuff recently, so I'm pretty excited to be on some sides this week, and Chargers will definitely be one of them.
I want to throw something out here. So I went back and looked at these schedules because you were reading off the Colts schedule. So I wanted to look at the Jaguars. So right now the Colts are minus 165 to win the division. The Jaguars are plus 230. If you look at the Jaguars' remaining schedule after the Rams, who we all agree are a pretty good team, they get the Raiders, the Texans, the Chargers, Arizona, Tennessee, the Colts, the Jets, Denver, the Colts, and then Tennessee again to finish it out. Whereas the Colts schedule, you read it off, it was soft as shit to start, but it turns much tougher after you get through. The Chargers, we'll say, is a tough game, but the next 2 weeks. So they go the Chargers, and then they go Tennessee, Pittsburgh, okay? And then they get Atlanta, the Chiefs, the Texans, at Jacksonville, at Seattle, San Francisco, Jacksonville again, and then Houston. So the schedule turns from a cupcake schedule to start the season to a very tough schedule, I feel like, to finish, whereas Jacksonville's schedule is kind of flipped the other way, in my opinion. So if you did like a dog in that division for a division bet and you don't like the Colts in that division, I think now would be the time, or maybe after this week would be the time to take a shot on a dog bet in that division, because I do feel like the schedule toughens up for the Colts and it softens up a little bit for like the Jaguars.
I've already been looking at that, and I kind of like the Texans, to be honest. I think the Texans, because the Texans get the Colts twice, and so if they kind of control their own like destiny with the Colts, because they get to play them twice. Now, granted, they already lost one to the Jacksonville, but they do get the Jags at home, and they get the Colts twice. So, and they're pretty nice. I'm not sure what they are in DK.
They're plus 500 on DraftKings.
Yeah,
right
they
now.
were like 565 when I looked earlier on Circa. They were like 750 or 850 last week, and I almost took them. I think the Texans are live in that division. So I like where your head is at. You could kind of choose either side, but I do think I do kind of agree with you that the Colts kind of could be paper tiger at this point.
Yeah, the point was more like if you want to bet against the Colts, like now or like after this week would probably be the time to do it, especially if they win. If they win this week, and then like they get Tennessee maybe after the Tennessee game, because they'll probably beat Tennessee, and then after that, Pittsburgh, and then it starts to get really soft. That's when you want to hammer it. So just throwing that out there for something to keep in mind. I'm probably going to wait until after the Tennessee game, because they're probably going to win that game. So it's just going to come down to the Chargers. But yeah, Houston or Jacksonville, I'll probably lay some money on after what's that, week 8, week 9, whatever it is. All right, let's go to the Packers and the Cardinals. The Packers, another team I'm just disappointed in. Like, they've been these, they're not a huge favorite. Obviously, they're in Arizona. It's a 44.5 total. They've been these double-digit favorites, and they kind of like disappoint. Like, every time I feel like they're supposed to be this elite team, and they just don't like show it. Like, yeah, they played the Bengals, but the Bengals had literally nothing. They had a quarterback come off the street who's never played with any of his teammates before. He's 500 years old. And they were probably telling him the plays. Like Chase was probably telling him the play to call. Like he probably didn't even know it fully. And you know what I mean? Like, and they still put up some points. And I don't know. Maybe it's just they slept through it because it was the Bengals and Joe Burrow was hurt and, whatever. But I just don't like what I'm seeing with the Packers. It's very frustrating. I think the Packers are a super talented team. The Cardinals are not a very good team. Debatable, though, if Jacoby Brissett, he moved the football and got the offense what it needed to have a chance in that last game. I mean, could he do it again here if Kyler Murray's out, which I don't know if that's official or anything like that, but what do we think? Tony, what do you think here with the Cardinals?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about all these veteran quarterbacks like Jacoby, their ceiling is way lower with Jacoby, but their floor is always way higher. Like, that was one point we made on the Sunday show. It's like, do I like Jacoby? No. But it's also a lot harder on the defense. And Flacco for that example too. Like, veterans are going to be able to read the defense better, and they're going to make better decisions. They're older and they suck. I'm not saying these guys are good. I mean, Jacoby had like 20-something fantasy points last week because he can run, he can read a defense, and Green Bay just
I'll give Fallon credit.
Great.
I think the winner had naked Jacoby.
It's not a bad move when a guy's 4K and he gets you 20-something points. And the nice thing is you don't really have to correlate with plays like that either. You just kind of put it in and then correlate other spots. I don't know. Do I like Jacoby? No. Do I like Arizona? No. But I'm just not a Green Bay guy. I didn't like them preseason. I don't like how they look now. I never like how their offense looks. I don't know. I don't like Arizona either, though. So it's a tough spot for me. I guess I'll go Arizona just because it's at home. But, man, I do not like this spot. I should like the under, but I don't even really like the under. Just 44.5 feels right. I don't know. Give me Arizona, but I do not like this game, and I won't be surprised. Jordan Love is a fraud for sure. I hate Green Bay.
Yeah. And this is a good point by Hobbs. They are missing guys. They're missing their guards, and they're missing, guys like Reed and Watson, and they should be back later in the year. That's Watson. My point, though, with this team. Like at some point, they'll get healthy at some point, but just right now, the way it's constructed, I mean, they just don't feel like they're as good as they should be. That's just the truth. But ODB, what do you think?
I mean, I haven't understood the Packers' love from day one. So, I mean, I don't understand the Packers' love. I don't think that Love is an average quarterback to me. I can't like the Packers laying a touchdown on the road. I do like the Cardinals generally more when they're an underdog than when they're a favorite. They're just kind of a stupid team, but they have a lot of talent. The only thing that's stopping me from really liking the Cardinals is Marv has a concussion, and I think he might not play. And look, for all Marv's flaws, he's still a playmaker. And we're gonna roll out the receiving core of Michael Wilson and Greg Dortch, and running backs.
What, you don't like Zay Jones? You don't like Zay Jones?
Zay Jones and Bam Knight and Michael Carter. I mean, with Jacoby Brissett behind, at the helm. I mean, that's kind of a rough core on offense. So I don't know. It's hard to get enthusiastic about the Cardinals. If Marv gets ruled in, and if Kyler plays, this line might go down to 4.5 or something, and I'll like the Cardinals. I mean, I'd rather give up a couple points and have Kyler and Marv in there than Jacoby, Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch, and Zay Jones.
The funny thing is, I'd rather have Jacoby. I want Marv too, though, but I'd rather have Jacoby.
Yeah,
Kyler's
I mean,
so bad.
I'm kind of ambivalent with the quarterback. I mean, Jacoby looked fine, but the point is at some point the weapons do matter, and yeah, I don't know. I need to see more, but I mean, it's Cardinals or nothing for me in this game. I'm not laying a touchdown with the Packers. I just can't do it. Not laying a touchdown with this team on the road. They're just not good enough for me.
Yeah, I agree with you right now. Tony, anything else here? Are we good?
We are good.
All right, let's go to Man, this might be the fantasy game of the week here. 54.5 total. Washington and Dallas. In Dallas, 2.5 point spread. Washington is favored on the road in Dallas. CeeDee Lamb has a chance to play apparently this week. So nothing is confirmed, but they said he's got a shot. I think there was something like the coach said he's got to show him something in practice, whatever, to see if he can give it a go. But hopefully he's back. I'm hoping for my best ball teams need him bad. But what do you think of the 54.5 total here? I mean, ODB at 54.5 in Dallas. I know the defense is bad.
Yeah, fun game. I don't know. I like I've said, I've had a lot of opinions on a lot of games. I don't really have one with this game right now. I'm not saying I won't get there with it with a side, but yeah, I definitely see points here. I mean, Jaden's good and the Cowboys defense is bad. So like that's just a perfect recipe for points. We know Washington defense isn't very good, and we know Dallas can score on anybody. So I'm definitely not taking the under. Yeah, I mean it's scary with that many points because you just get one turnover in the red zone, you get one, missed field goal or something, which probably these guys aren't going to have missed field goals. I mean, these are two good kickers. So, yeah, I don't know. I would lean points, but it's going to be a very chalky game from fantasy perspective. So, definitely could see this being kind of a fade game because if everybody converges on it, it's not that I think the game would necessarily fail. It's just you just kind of hope that maybe the other pieces do their part, or it gets spread around and everybody kind of gets like the 14 to 18 points and nobody nukes. But yeah, I'm not really sure on what side at this point. I'm probably leaning Commanders, but I don't know. I don't really have a take on the game. Just this is definitely a fun game, and I got a lot of fantasy components throughout all my leagues on these two teams. So, yeah, excited to actually watch this football game.
Tony, what do you think here with the Cowboys in Washington?
Yeah, agree with a lot of the stuff you guys said. You have to see points. I mean, Dallas, I started to be a believer in Dallas again, and every time I'm a believer in Dallas, they let me down. Carolina just went through them like nothing. Washington's going to go crazy. Our boy Bill, JCM, we got a ton of the work this week. Obviously, there's only, I think, two active guys or whatever it was. But, man, he didn't look great. But this is the week. Come right back, all that stuff. I'm sure he'll be popular anyways. I haven't looked at the prices. But he's just got to have a big week. Hopefully, CD comes back too. I don't see how this game doesn't shoot out. I know we always say that when it's a 55 total, 54.5 total. We always say that, but this game, I mean, I think it goes over pretty easy too, into the 60s. Dallas's defense is bad, but they will score. Washington's defense is bad. So I think this game, definitely I'm going to put it on my totals. 54.5 isn't enough. I think it's already higher than that most places. It's a good number actually at 54.5, 55.5 some places, 56 even one place. I think the number keeps going up. I have to be on the over. As far as the game, I like Washington a little bit, but not a ton of conviction there. Good teaser game too. Tease Dallas up to 7.5. I think Dallas plays them close. I don't see a blowout either way. So, yeah, give me Washington and the over is what I like.
Yeah, I'll take Dallas in the over. I knew Washington was going to come back down to earth this season. Last season was the time to be on that team. It was a crazy run for them this season. It's definitely, back down to normal. They had so many things go perfectly for them last year, by the way. So many great fourth down plays where they converted and they were super aggressive. But that stuff it'll come back down to normal variance. And we're seeing it a little bit with Washington. And, I agree with you. There's probably points in this game. I'll take the Dallas side. Hopefully CD's back. If CD's back, I'll feel way better about the Dallas side. And I don't see how there's not points if especially if CD's back. So I like it. Let's go. We actually got 2 games on Monday. Still the Sunday night football game, though, before we get to the Monday ones. Falcons at San Francisco. It's a 2.5-point spread. It's a 47.5 total. There's some, real solid football teams. Tony, we were getting higher and higher on the Falcons on Monday. We kind of talked about their path and how they would be able to beat the Bills. And it kind of went that way, really, where they just dominated the offensive line of scrimmage, and the Bills kind of didn't do that until it was too late, really, for them to do it.
Yeah, and this is a good spot, too. I love the Niners as much as anyone. They are just catastrophically injured, and it reminds me of Baltimore in the AFC. This is a gift against how can we get Atlanta, who has a great D-line, who has a lot of talent? Drake London and Bijan are as talented as anyone in football. Do I like Penix? Not that much, but they have a ton of talent, and their defense is underrated. San Fran, we're doing it on Wednesday. Some of these guys maybe are coming back. I have no idea. Haven't looked at all the injury reports and stuff. We'll have the info.
Ain't coming back. He ain't coming back.
Some of them aren't coming back for sure.
Most ain't coming back.
Who. They just have so many. I have to take Atlanta. I love San Francisco. I'm as big a San Francisco guy as there is probably, but this is an Atlanta spot 100%, and I just don't see any way around it. So yeah, all systems go for Atlanta here.
Yeah, I don't see any way around you not playing Bijan and Christian McCaffrey in every showdown lineup you have, because those guys are going to just absolutely smash in this spot. Bijan as a runner, Christian McCaffrey as a pass catcher. Those guys are going to crush here. I'm with you, though. Atlanta with the points. ODB, what do you like?
I mean, I'm typically the Niners fader on this show, but this to me is definitely a Niners spot.
Oh, he's coming in on my Niners on me.
Look, you have Atlanta coming off of a short week, beating the Bills, just getting just verbally blown all week by all the pundits, and you have Raheem Morris going to visit Kyle Shanahan, a coaching mismatch. I like the Falcons way more when they're at home than when they're on the road. I think we're getting Kittle back in this game. I'm not sure about the other guys. I think Pearsall might even be coming back. This is a perfect time to fade and sell the Falcons, who at home in the dome really can use London and Bijan, and they're on the road, primetime spot again. This is just, who's taking the Niners in this beat up team? I mean, if Big T of all people is taking the team off of a big Monday night win against his Niners on the road, who the hell's taking the Niners? This is where you just gotta hold your nose and take the Niners. The fact that Big T likes the Falcons even more makes me like the Niners, because if he's taking it, of all people, that just means every Joe Schmo is taking it. And this is not a denigration on Big T. It's just like, this is the spot where he would like the Niners. And if even he's falling for the Falcons, either A, that just means that it just must be right. Everybody's going to be right. Or the sports books are just going to just be taking in this cash. It's Raheem Morris on the road at Kyle Shanahan.
There's more public money on Atlanta than San Francisco. I refuse to believe it.
I mean,
we
everybody
run back our bet the 1 week where you owned me, I think, on Odunze versus DJ Moore. I think you won that bet. We got to run it back with this. The public's got to be on the Niners.
I don't see how the public is not going to take.
Especially if Kittle and Pearsall come back, you'll get all that positive feeling like, oh, they're getting their guys back. Where's my Kittle thing? Is Kittle coming back, baby? What's this thing?
I'm not sure who's gonna win this bet, because I really don't know. But ODB versus Big T public. Which side the public on? Is it the 49ers? Is it the Falcons?
The money might be on the Niners, but the money might be on the Niners, but the tickets are going to be on the Falcons.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's go to the 2 Monday Night Football games real quick here. 2 very opposite games. Tampa Bay and Detroit, game 1, 5.5 is the spread. Detroit's at home after losing to the Chiefs. In a tough spot, to the Chiefs on the road. 52.5 total here. Now they get the Bucs at home. Bucs could be without a lot of their top playmakers. We'll see if Mike Evans can figure out a way to get back. I'm sure they're trying to get him ready to play, but looks like Ibuka is going to be out a few weeks. I hope it's not that many, but he could be out a few weeks, and who knows what's going on with Godwin. I mean, guys, we might be seeing Baker throw to Tez Johnson, Cameron Johnson, some other Johnson off the street, Sterling Shepard. That's the guys Baker's throwing to right now. And you're telling me Baker Mayfield shouldn't be the MVP right now? Like odds. You're telling me that Patrick Mahomes, who's 3-3 right now, and I agree, Patrick Mahomes will end up winning. But right now, you're telling me the favorite is not Baker Mayfield? That's insane.
That's
that
what
just
odds
tells
are, JSU. Odds aren't like what would happen now.
Dude,
odds are
wins are so important, I feel like,
We're
with
not
the
betting
MVP.
it right now, though. You got to bet the whole year.
No, I know, but wouldn't you guys agree that wins play a lot into the
Baker
MVP?
would 100, but the odds wouldn't be that. Baker would be a massive favorite right now.
Well,
what if the Bucs keep winning?
The odds are
what if the Bucs
are
keep
the way
winning?
they are because Tampa's schedule toughens up a lot.
If they keep winning, he's going to win the MVP. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying though, like, what if they keep winning? What if
Agreeing
both
with you, though.
teams?
He's going to win it if they keep
Well,
winning.
what if both teams keep
the bet
winning?
on Baker is that Tampa keeps winning. The bet against
Baker's
Baker
going to get
is
hurt
that they
too.
do.
Like Baker's going to miss a few games. He's going to get
No,
hurt.
that's not my question. What if both teams? Like, what if these teams are Minnesota and
if
Detroit?
the Bucs keep winning, Baker will win the MVP 100%.
Yes, obviously, if they both keep winning, the bet is that the AFC sucks and that the Chiefs are going to win the AFC, and that
the Chiefs are just not going to lose many games. They're just like the freaking Chiefs. I don't want to even think about the Chiefs. God,
the Chiefs, like, they also play a tough schedule. They've already played a tough schedule.
Doesn't matter
honestly.
who they play, though. They got freaking Patrick Mahomes, and he owns them.
Honestly, I feel like I'd rather have the Chiefs play like mid teams because they like look past them. Whereas like whenever they play the good teams, they always just win.
Big T is so beaten down by
I'm beaten to
he's
a
just
no,
just
he is.
take it.
I am
just
too.
take all the money. I'm
lose
over it
every time on that team. Every time. And the more
I'm
confident
just
I am,
over
the
it.
more I lose.
All right,
you're over it.
Real quick, this feels like it should be a bounce back spot for the Lions with Tampa being out, guys, but Baker's just too good of a dog right now. I'm taking the 5.5 with Baker. I think he's still going to be able to move the football and do what he does. Like Tony said, if he gets hurt, he gets hurt. But like until that point, the dude's just a dog. Like I honestly like him when he's a dog. You know what I mean? 5.5. I'll take the points here. It's probably going to go over too. This 52.5. It's not high enough. Baker has a 10. Yeah, he's packing a 10-incher. I agree. Hammer.
Oh, that's nice, guys. I appreciate that.
ODB coming in, swooping in
for the top rope there.
All right, ODB. After that, you got to just take Baker. After that, you can't go against them now.
I noticed that their best defensive player's last name is David, and their best offensive player's first name is Baker. Which
That's true.
Kind of should be my team, right?
Should be your team.
Look, I mean, you can't undersell how great Baker's been to start the year. Just while every other team is like, oh, should we downgrade the Rams because they're losing Puka? Like the Bucs have lost their top 3 receivers and their number 1 running back. Like, come on. And then they just went out there and they just put 30 on the Niners. 30 with none of their 3 best receivers, and they're without their best running back. Like, you just got to give them his props. That being said, the Lions have a lot of injuries. The Bucks have a lot of injuries. Like, I don't know. Like, how do you really assess a game when the Lions are missing so many pieces in their secondary? They lost Branch because he cheap shotted the Chiefs dude.
That's a big loss for that defense.
Yeah, it's a big loss. I mean, that being said, this Lions team indoors, this offensive team, I don't know how the Bucks even ever stop them. How are they going to stop Goff and J-Mo and Gibbs and Montgomery and Amon-Ra and Laporta coming off of a loss at home? I mean, this is a 35 to 40 point output by the Lions here. The Bucks in negative script. I mean, I don't know. I just got to think these injuries catch up with the Bucks eventually. I gotta take the Lions here. I just have to. I mean, the Lions are healthy on offense, and the Bucks aren't healthy anywhere. The best unit on the field is the Detroit Lions offense. So I just got to take the best unit on the field. It's just as simple as that.
Well, you just said the biggest unit on the field is Baker. So, I mean, I don't know how you can go against the biggest unit on the field. But, Tony, I mean, talk to us here. I'm on the Bucks. ODB's on the Lions.
This Detroit secondary is really beat up. So we need to see who all these injuries, especially like Mike Evans. We need to see
Kirby
who's
Joseph was in and out of that last game. Yeah. Who knows if he played?
I mean, there's injuries everywhere. The good thing is this is a Monday game, so perfect example of what we said to start the show. I mean, Monday we'll do a show. LDB will post his stuff. We'll have more info. I mean, for now, I'm taking Detroit with ODB, but I reserve the right to see who's in this game and not. I'm not as much of a Tampa blowhard as JSU. Like, he would suck off Baker Mayfield. Like,
Baker Mayfield is the man. Dude, Baker Mayfield's that dude. Just give him some of that smelling salt or whatever. They real quick, just get him out there. His arm could be fucking behind his back, twisted up, snapped in half. He'd be getting carried like, dude, he's Matthew Stafford 2.0.
How big of a boner do you think AP has when he watches us just shit talk the Chiefs, and then he comes in, just can't wait to just throw something in there on us? And
he loves it. He loves it.
He's so happy when he types that to us.
I heard through the grapevine, skinny AP coming in. I heard he's been skinny AP. We might be calling him Slim AP soon. That's what I heard. I don't know. We'll see. All right, last game here, real quick. Texans and Seahawks, the other Monday Night Football game. Like I said, complete opposite of the first game. It's a 41.5 total. Texans are 3-point dogs in Seattle. I think I like the dog here. I think I like the Texans and probably the under at 41.5. But, yeah, I'm on the dog. ODB, I have a feeling you like the dog here too.
Yeah, I was just going to pull it up, but it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure it's 3.5 elsewhere. So, yeah, I like the Texans here. I mean, this line doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I mean, Texans coming off of a bye, Seattle coming off of a trip to Jacksonville, beat up secondary. Yeah, I mean, Sam Darnold under pressure. This Texans defense is legit. It's for real. And, yeah, I don't see how Seattle scores a ton of points here versus Texans defense. And I think the Texans, off of a bye, should be able to get some stuff done. You got Seattle they're baseball drunk right now. So, I mean, the town's in good spirits. Probably be a exciting scene there on Monday night. But yeah, I think the Texans might just pull the outright upset here. I like the Texans. I think they go in there and win this football game.
Tony, quickly, Texans, Seahawks.
Yeah, I'll keep it quick. I gotta go, but I like Houston. I've totally flipped my stance on Houston. Their defense is really good, so give me the points. I like Houston.
All right, let's do our picks. 3 picks each. Tony, you had the best score last week, so you go first. I'm
taking the Patriots -7 over the hapless Tennessee Titans.
Patriots -7. All right, ODB, you go next.
Let's get the week started with the Rams. Let's get the Rams in London.
The Rams -3. I like it. I will go next with 2 picks. I will go with the over in the Tampa Bay Lions game. That game is going over. And then I will go with, oh man, I want to say that. I'll go with my Bears -4.5. All right. Who is it? ODB?
I will take let's just do the LA double, and we'll take the Chargers. We got the Rams and the Chargers.
Rams and the Chargers. Okay. Chargers -1.5. Tony, you got 2, buddy.
I'm taking the Browns -2.5 and
-2.5.
the Commanders over 54.5.
Commanders over 54.5. And I will go with Dallas money line here at +114. That is all the picks. So we've got.
You skipped me, but that's okay.
Oh shoot, my bad. What I assume okay. I know who you're going next. This right here.
Where am I going next?
Texans +3. That's
no,
what
I have to pick a total. I got to pick a total.
Oh shit! All right, go.
I'm gonna put it right up your pooper.
Yes.
Under in the Chiefs game.
Oh, boo!
Yes.
Right. I don't actually mind that. Chiefs could still win 30 to friggin' 10, and it still covers, so that's fine. All right, so here are all the bets we've got so far. Dallas money line and the over at 54.5 in that one. Singles here. Where am I at? Why isn't it showing it? Oh God, there we go. Chiefs under, Browns -2.5, Bears -4.5, Chargers -1.5, Cowboys +114 money line over 54.5, Tampa Bay Lions over 52.5, and New England -7, and the Rams -3. All 9 picks. Don't forget to post your 3 favorite picks in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching the Print Factory again. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the Thursday Night Football Showdown. Make sure you guys check out ODB's podcast, Gamble Up. Make sure you go subscribe and comment. That stuff helps a lot for those podcasts. So give him a subscribe and comment. Do all that stuff. Gamble Up podcast for ODB. And hit the like button on this video if you enjoy this free show every week. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the Showdown Show with me and Big T. Until then, check you guys later. We're out. Peace.